Hello there.
Hello.
I heard about your problem, and I thought it's really interesting. There are plenty of people here in our community that could probably help you. But I don't know a lot about this. So yeah. So it will be grateful if you present what is this about and how can we help you.
Yeah, great. So just quickly to introduce, thank you for having me first. And just to introduce myself, I'm a BA Product and Industrial Design student. I live here in London and I study at Central St. Martin's. And I've previously worked on different kind of topics within design on quite sensitive issues related to design and gender equality and focusing on women in male-dominated industries and designing different uniforms for them. But this is actually a completely different project for me that I'm now on, and this is for my university coursework. So I'm looking for a developer to work on and collaborate on this project with me. So my project is in response to the effects of growing household data usage and consumption upon our carbon footprint. And in my research, over half of my interviewees were not aware that our data consumption can lead to this issue. But the majority of interviewees did agree that they use a lot of data, both in their own personal use and also work and their studies. And I also found that there is a desire to know more about their consumption from both environmentally conscious consumers and also those who aren't so interested. So some facts just to back it up from MIT Media Lab, who found that training a single AI model can emit as much as 5 times the carbon footprint of an average car's lifetime. That's production and also use. What's the other good one? That a tsunami of data is forecasted, which could consume 1/5 of all global electricity by 2025. And so really just in essence, that the current trend for digital overconsumption is not sustainable in respect to the supply of energy and materials in this world. So that is a bit of like a bombshell and a bit pessimistic, but I believe that as designers and programmers, we can work together to offer better solutions of the current lifestyles. So I'd like to create a smart home device that monitors our data usage, including things like Netflix, watching Netflix, using Spotify, using Instagram and other social networking websites and apps, emails, much like a smart meter does the same for tracking our energy and electricity usage. And I'd like it to educate the user on the impacts of these actions upon the environment, tracking their carbon footprint.
Hello? I think we had some connection issue. Can you hear me?
Hey. Am I back on?
Okay.
Sorry,
yes,
I don't know what happened there. That wasn't that just happened.
No problem. Very short issue.
Where should I go back
to? I heard the last thing that actually the carbon footprint, and we actually don't know how much is the carbon footprint. So you made me very interested about that, because I really think on that we don't have any tool for measuring what big is the carbon footprint, for example, on AWS, and what on different cloud, maybe on GCP, maybe, I don't know, on OWH. So maybe this could give us some incentive for developers to use maybe that tool instead of that, or maybe this way of streaming, or maybe that way, because all of it is somehow interconnected. For example, this thing what we do now, like if we had a much bigger, broader audience, it would be really important how we stream on a technical side. And that's I think very important and interesting subject what you mentioned.
Yeah. If I'll just go back to some things. Like, I don't know if I continued talking. Did you get what I was saying about the smart home device idea?
No, can you repeat this?
Oh, okay. I think I missed quite a lot then. So I'd like to create a smart home device that monitors data usage, including our activity across Netflix, Spotify, Instagram, and other social media apps, emails, etc. Much like a smart meter can track our energy usage and electricity usage. And it can educate the user on this impact upon the environment and our carbon footprint, and can allow the user, or kind of, I guess, encourage the user to make a change if as desired, combined with some sort of incentive for the user other than just knowing that their efforts are being put to a good use. And I'm looking for someone, a developer who I can work with to produce the programming required to extract the correct data from the API router to use as input for potentially Arduino at this stage. As far as my research has gone, I'm thinking I could use that. And then I might also require help for the output stage as well. So I hope that sort of clears up what my plans are so far, and that's kind of what I'm here to ask about for today.
Okay, I also prepared your slide. I don't know if you can see it. Okay.
So, this is some of my research findings that I summarized. So as I think I started mentioning that I made a survey, I got quite a lot of responses. So I found out that a lot of people are just not aware of this issue. So I think that there is some scope for some reasoning to do this. But a lot of people do agree that it does take up, that they consume and share a lot of data and media. And some subject research from the MIT Media Lab that training a single AI model can emit as much as 5 times the carbon footprint of an average car's lifetime, which I thought was quite shocking. A bunch of other things as well. But in general, it's quite pessimistic. As I said, the current trend for digital overconsumption is not sustainable in respect to the supply of energy and materials in the world. So one could say that this is a really, really big issue that needs to be fixed on more of a system base, something higher up. But I think more and more people, if they begin to be working on this kind of issue and offering solutions, that is kind of what can start the change on the bigger scale as well. But yeah, that's kind of what drove me to want to take on this project, and hopefully can do something really cool.
Thank you, Amelia, very much. I hope you will join our remo.co networking session now. The link is on our YouTube. I will also pass it in a private message. So yeah, hopefully we can talk about this, because this subject is really important, and as you said, it's not sustainable, this approach which we have currently. So it would be great if we can find together a solution. So thanks a lot. Thanks very much for this, and thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Bye.